Hey y'all, Chuck here with No Time to Be Sad. Hey, today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about something that I just don't care anymore. You know, it all started a long time ago before I moved to Thailand, basically because I don't care. I moved out of my home country because I stopped caring a long time ago. You know, I did everything I needed to do in the Western world to be successful, to do all the right things, to live the American dream, you know, get the education, you know, you get the good job, you get the tools that you need for the good job, you live the lifestyle, and then, you know, you enjoy life, so you think, you know. But I realized a long time ago that those weren't the things that I needed to make me feel good in my life, my one life. You know, you realize later on that people really don't give a crap about your successes or what you've done or your accomplishments. They really don't care. A lot of times they'd rather just step on your face than ask you to move out of their way. You know, people have goals and they have ambitions and wants and needs, and you know, I just got sick and tired of the American dream of buying shit that we don't need with money that we don't have to impress people that we don't even like. You know, it gets tiring. So I came to Thailand after, you know, I met my wife in America. She's Thai. She invited me to come to Thailand to come visit her family, and I'd never been to Thailand ever. And I said, okay, let's do it. You know, I'd been in the military and I traveled all around the world. I've been in Asia, but I've never been to Thailand. So I came here, and my very first thought when I came to Thailand was, wow, these people have nothing. You know, they're poor. You know, this not so much in Bangkok, but outside. You know, but then I realized after a couple of days that everybody's like happy. I'm like, what the hell is going on with these people? You know, what are they so happy for? They're living, you know, with nothing. You know, they have nothing. They're just sitting around. They're lazy. You know, I had all these negative thoughts at first, you know, because my mind is so wrapped up that the only way that you could be happy is to have all this crap, you know, these things. And you're not complete unless, you're nothing unless you have these things. So I realized pretty quick while I was here, wow, these people are really happy, you know, and they don't really care about these things. So I was very intrigued about that. So I'd come to Thailand a few other times after that, and really just, I think the very first time I realized that, wow, I'd like to live my life like that. That is so cool, because I've acquired all this shit that I don't need, and then I've got to, you know, I've got to upgrade it, and I've got to maintain it, and then, you know, I got to buy the latest crap. You know, if my friends have this, well, crap, I can't have this old crap. I got to get some new crap, you know. So it just becomes redundant, and then you become unhappy, and, you know, all these things don't make you happy. And luckily I realized this at a younger age, you know, and then I decided that I want to move to Thailand. And so I made a few other trips to Thailand and try, because I wanted to know how much do I need. I want to do this, so I need to do the research, not ask a bunch, and I did. I watched YouTube videos and I asked people, but it's difficult for somebody to just say, okay, this is how much you need to live the rest of your life without working, right? So I made a few trips to Thailand, and I did a lot of calculating on I know what I need in my life, you know, and I figured out a kind of a budget, and I extended it, you know, I doubled it just in case, for the what ifs, you know. So I figured, okay, and I'm gonna do this once I hit this certain amount of money. So the next thing was I had to get my ass back home and figure out how am I gonna make this money, because I really don't have a lot. So I figured out a 10-year plan to get the money at a certain age of what I needed to what I thought was my life expectancy, plus, you know, Social Security and all that stuff too. So, and tried not to get too many what ifs involved in my calculation, you know, because if you get too many what ifs, you'll never go anywhere in life, because you're so worried about shit outside of your bubble that you can't mentally handle it, so you just don't do it. So I had to wash those aside, and just really the basic facts and the stuff that I needed to make me feel happy, right? So anyway, a long story short, I ended up, I gambled everything I had, went in business for myself, and, you know, things just happened like it was meant to be for me. A lot of people say, oh, Chuck, you're so lucky to be in the situation that you're in and this and that. But, you know, I acquire luck to like winning the lottery or finding something that you didn't have for free, or, you know, a lot of times people that are successful in life, they're not lucky. They work their ass off to get to that point. You know, sometimes we got to wake up and say, okay, this is the things that I want to do in my life, and we're going to work. I've made a shitload of mistakes. I've had a lot of bad relationships. This is what I want in a relationship that's going to make me happy, or a job, or a lifestyle. And we work towards that. We just don't dumbfoundedly stumble into crap, right? When I met Paige, yeah, I will say I was lucky to have met her, but she was the type of person that I was looking for. After 2 failed marriages, I was tired of being taken advantage of by certain people, by friends, by women, by this and that. So, but I wanted to be in a relationship because I could probably be a loner, but if you say you can, but when you're actually alone, you know, it's no fun. You like to have a companion. So I met Paige, and wow, I was like, this is the girl that I want. She had her own money, her own brain. She liked to travel. She really didn't need me. She didn't want kids. She didn't even want to get married. And I was like, this is the kind of person I want to hang out with, you know. But we ended up getting married. But you know, I met the mafias, right, the family, and during this process, I know I'm getting off track, but during this process of trying to figure out my budget, they were wanting us to stay here. I haven't lived with my parents since I was, you know, the only thing I could think of when I was a kid was moving the hell out of the house, right? But we have the whole upstairs to ourselves, and I really enjoy, the only thing I don't enjoy, and it took me a while to get used to, is her dad treats us, he calls us the kids. I'm a 50-year-old man, so you know, I'm not a kid, but it's okay. That's how he feels. And he wants to pay for everything. He doesn't never want me to pay for crap. So that becomes irritating too. Not as much as irritating as the people who comment, who assume that because I'm a Farang and I live in Thailand, that I would actually pay for everything during my entire stay. I understand people do that when they travel to Thailand and they're coming to meet a new family, a Thai family, who's most of the time they're poor, and the cost for you to buy them something is no money. You know, you want to take them out to dinner or a hotel or something, you know, but living here, I don't, anyway, that's a different story, but he wouldn't let me pay for anything, and he still doesn't. I have to go, if we all go out to dinner, I gotta go sneak and pay. Anyway, that was the only thing that bothered me, but Paige and her mom get along so well, and it's just so different in Thailand, the family atmosphere, and I don't feel like, you know, I like to do things around the house too. I like to, and they said I could do anything, but her dad doesn't like to fix anything unless it's not fixable anymore, you know? And I come from where if your washing machine's making noise, you put it outside on the curb, right? And you go buy another one. It doesn't work like that here, you know, but so it took me some time to adapt. But what I realized is that I had the sense of freedom by living here, more freedom than I would have in my own place that I have to take care of. I'm more free in my mind, the way I am, staying with her family. It's amazing. But we spend a lot of times on the road. I've got 600 videos that you guys can watch that we spend most of the time traveling and enjoying whatever we want to enjoy in life. But anyway, that was part of the reasoning in my budget, you know, to come here. So I ended up selling my business in the United States, and then we had a dollar amount, okay? I will tell you this. I'm not gonna share the dollar amount because it really doesn't matter, because I was 46 years old at the time, so that's a pretty long, I have a long way to go till I think I'm gonna live, right? Let's say I live to an old, healthy age of whatever, and then, you know, some small investments and, you know, Social Security when I hit whatever age I wanna collect it at. So we had our number. Well, I obtained the number pretty quick. The number was bigger because my original 10-year plan was to come here in my late 60s, or yeah, something like that. But anyway, time was shorter, so more money needed to fill in that gap. So I realized in that process how stupid people were, and their to me, this is me thinking in my mind, okay? The things that people worry about constantly all the time is ridiculous, you know? I don't even really want, you guys know it. Listen sometimes, listen to yourself sometimes, some of the things that you really are concerned about that really doesn't matter. But I was so hyper sensitive to these things while I was in transition of trying to come up with the money, you know. So while I was still in this process of making the money, I sold a lot, I gave a lot of stuff away and sold a lot of things, but we got rid of our things and downsized our life to help with making our, we brought our budget down, so we increased our savings significantly so that we can use that money that we sacrificed our things and our happiness while we were in this process to carry it over to our next life, I guess you could say, of just being happy. So I got my number. We decided that we wanted to travel. Well, Paige wanted to see some things in the United States, so I decided to buy a travel trailer. I bought a used travel trailer and a used truck. My thought process on this is that I'm just going to sell it when we're done, and there's whatever little bit of loss instead of buying something new and losing 50% of whatever I got into it. So we just bought something used with the cash that we had, traveled the United States. It gave me some time to decompress and just live a lifestyle of, I don't know where we're going to stay next type thing. But we knew the kind of the states that we wanted to travel in, but they changed because of, you know, weather or whatever was happening. I think at one time we wanted to go up towards Pennsylvania, but they were having this Black Lives Matter crap and they were blocking the streets, and I didn't want to be stuck in the highway on a travel trailer with a bunch of people want to come party in my trailer, right? So we skipped that. Anyway, it was a good decompression for me to do that. So I'm still kind of nervous about coming to Thailand because I'm still a Westerner and I still overthink, and I'm giving up a really good lifestyle that I had and a really good amount of money that I was making in my own business. And my family thought I was crazy, but what are you gonna do with money? The thing about people, and I get this a lot, is I get emails and people sending me their financials and saying, do you think this is enough money? You wouldn't believe how many people that say is $500,000. I have $500,000 in cash plus these things, but I don't know if that's enough money. I'm thinking, holy crap, dude. You're in your mid-60s, so let's say you got another 30 good years of life. I would say if you had $1,500 a month, you could live a really good life in Thailand, but you're not always going to spend $1,500 a month. So divide that by 30 years and you figure out the number if that's okay, you know. Plus, you know, when you move here, you got to buy some stuff, you know, you got to spend money on a vehicle, and you know, but the stuff, the housing and the insurance, all that stuff is a lot cheaper than, you should come here and figure that out on your own. But I get people, the problem with, here's the thing about money, and you guys know this, is it's like a bodybuilder, okay? He's not gonna spend his lifetime training and eating and doing the right things, and then all of a sudden, okay, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna just do what makes me happy. I'm gonna eat, you know, I'm gonna eat bonbons and Fritos and beer and sit on my ass all day and swing from the porch. No, because it's his lifestyle, you know, it's what he does to make him happy. But this same thing goes with money. People get so involved in making money and, as soon as my 401k does this, then I'm going to retire. But no, you're not, because it's never enough for you. You've done all these things to build up this pot of gold, and then try to delete it down. That's not going to make you happy. So you become possessed with just making money. But later on in life, on your last breath, you're going to wish, oh shit, I got all this money, but what I really would like to have is maybe just a couple more months of life, you know. While you were spending that life building that pot of gold, you missed out on life, so just to let you know. So it's difficult for them to get off of the money train, and I get it. But anyway, I did, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But so we got rid of just about all of our things. We had just our normal suitcases that we were allowed to bring over here, and I paid for one extra one. I brought a lot of little stupid things that I thought I couldn't get here. I really couldn't find while I was doing my investigating, while I was making trips over here. But I realized later on, that they have a website called Lazada that I can buy anything on, and Bangkok pretty much has everything. But a lot of those things I don't even use and I don't need, and my lifestyle has changed. But why I've been talking too long about what got me here, but why I don't give a shit anymore, I'll just bluntly say, is because it doesn't really matter. You know, the things that we worry about so much really doesn't matter. Yesterday's gone. The things that happened yesterday, it doesn't matter. It's over with. Why worry about it? So we need to use those things of yesterday as an experience to make sure that we move forward every day in our life. Tomorrow's coming whether you like it or not. So a lot of things can happen tomorrow. I could get sick and end up losing all my money. I don't know. I could get hit by a car on my bicycle. All these, what do you do with all these what ifs, you know? Do you try to dictate how your life is today by something that really hasn't happened? And we worry about the stupidest crap. So I started a YouTube channel to really just kind of show myself and my family a transition of really so I could look back and see some of the things that we did, kind of like, you know, pictures, right? Just kind of a log. But sometimes I look back and go, wow, I was such a dick. You know, I was so worried about the stupidest crap. And a lot of people have made comments, wow, Chuck, you really chilled out. But it's not that I chilled out, it's just I don't care. What difference does it make? You know, only thing I care about is I'm happy every day. If something bad happens during the day, it doesn't really affect me most of the time, but it doesn't really matter. I don't know, it's what it's life is what you make of it, right? You know, the cliche, but really it is. So I just don't let the small things really bother me. But I started this YouTube channel and I hear people complaining and talking about, it's my wife Paige, you guys know Paige, right? Mrs. Happy all the time. I will go back and say that seeing Paige used to tell me, I don't know why you worry about these things, they always seem to work out. Just think about all the things that you worried about before and they all worked out today. Why do you worry, stress out so much about that? And I don't know, it kind of sunk in. I was like, I don't know why I do that. But my thought at first was, why do you think so simple? Things are so complex. We got to worry about this. If we don't worry about it, it's not going to happen. Somebody's got to take charge, right? So anyway, I was driving myself crazy. And luckily for me, she just kind of brushed it off and it didn't really bother her that much. So anyway, have I chilled out any in the past few years? A little bit, huh? So I hear these people complaining on my YouTube. So in real life, if you come up to me and you want to have a conversation, I will talk to anybody. I love to talk. That's why I do videos, really. But if you become a negative person all the time and we really can't talk, I'm not going to argue with you about the way you feel. You have every right to feel how you feel because that's how you were brought up or the path that you've taken or your own personal experiences. I respect you for the way that you think and act, and that's fine. But if you become negative to the point where you're like, oh, you know, Thailand is this, and you start putting people in categories, or Americans, Thai people, certain countries, to me you just become simple-minded and opinionated. And, you know, I just don't want to listen to it. We all have a right to our opinion, but I have a right to not give a shit about what you think either. So I just move on. But I get these people who are just naturally dicks, I think, that just feel like they want to make their contribution in life to comment on social media just to benefit themselves. They don't really care for a response. They just want to state that they want to blurt out their opinion and run off to the next site, you know? So I'm kind of forced to look at this type of stuff while I'm looking at other comments. I look at comments because it helps kind of like I've kind of made this channel into my hobby. So now I'm a little, I don't know, I'm entertained by making the videos and showing people, just bringing you guys along for simple life and showing you that things can be, I don't know, I was so happy to see people with nothing be so happy that I want to share that with you guys. But anyway, we gotta deal with the what ifs, and we gotta deal with the negativity that people have. And not we, but me, because I'm doing the YouTube, that's part of it. If I just said, hey guys, it's been great, thank you very much. I'm gonna leave up the old videos, you guys can enjoy those. I got shit to do. And just, you know, then I could learn Thai like really good and stop thinking so much in English. And I could really concentrate on just what do I want to do today, you know, instead of editing a video, right? But today I enjoy this. I enjoy talking to positive people. I enjoy showing, hey, you know, you don't have to live the American dream or whatever. You know, I say America, but you know, I know most of my viewers aren't from America, but you guys have the same mentality concept about buying shit that we don't need as everybody else. So I'm talking to you too, but I am from America, and that's just where I was born. But not all Americans think alike. And when people say, oh, you Americans, or they call me a Yank, I thought maybe that was an insult. I don't know, maybe it is, whatever, Yank. And it's the thing with the way I interpret that. See, in Texas, where I used to live, you know, we would call Yankees, oh, you're a Yankee, you know, you don't know nothing about the South. So it was kind of a derogatory statement. But anyway. What you doing, babe? Well, anyway, I know it makes people feel better about themselves to say negative things about other people, but that's a shitty life to have and a bad way to be. You really should just concentrate on your own miseries and problems to try to make them better, because people who are genuinely happy don't care about these things. If they watch something on the internet and they disapprove of it, they just don't watch it. They just go, I'm not interested, I'm gonna move forward. They don't make stupid comments. They don't do it because they don't care. They don't become argumentative with people because, oh, the way I think is correct. I can't even mention something about anything. Let's see. I was gonna juice. That's probably one. Religion, politics, and health is right up there with probably the worst things to talk about with thousands of people, because everybody's on either keto or they're fasting, or I think I lost all of my vegetarian subscribers because we eat so much meat on our channel. They just went away. But people become so possessed in their beliefs. You guys will never hear me watch the 600 videos. I'm never going to say, this is what you need to do. This is the correct way to do this. Or this is how it is in this country, and you've got to do it this way. You'll never see that with me, because I'm only sharing my experience and my journey with you guys. I'm not telling you this is how it is. I'm just showing you how it happened for me. And what works for me may not work for you. My diet, my exercise. People say, oh, you drink too much, you eat too much crappy food, you're living an unhealthy lifestyle. But what you don't see is me riding 300 kilometers on my bicycle every damn week. I don't bring my camera along. For one, it's dangerous, and second, it's my time. It's my time to just be by myself. Somebody keeps making a comment about, oh, you should stop and do meditation at these temples. Well, I don't really want to. So my meditation is me riding my bicycle, just keep pedaling and looking at nature and just absorbing what's happening around me, because it's changing every minute, and it's new and it's new and it's new and it's new, and I'm just taking it in, and I'm not looking at the same crap, and I'm not doing the same thing, and it's my meditation. And people don't see that. They only see what I show on video, and sometimes it looks repetitious, and they think all I do is eat and drink and party. But come on, guys, most of you, just about all of you realize that, but it's the very few outspoken ones that always seem to get the attention You know, if I made a video today of, I'm so happy and everything is great, nobody would watch it, but I make a title that says, I don't care anymore, then they, oh shit, I'm watching that, this guy's lost it, you know. They haven't watched this far, they've already left the room 2 minutes after listening to me, blah, 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 and then they're gonna make a shitty comment. You can look at it yourself down in the description box. But what I do with these comments a lot of times is I just ignore them. But I just delete them or I hide them from the channel because I don't want to be around these people and I don't give a crap. It's my damn channel. You have your right to your opinion, voice it. But if you're going to leave a dick comment, you know, where you know you're this and that, or you're a typical American, or you're going to put me in a category, then I don't want to have a conversation with you because I feel like you're very narrow-minded in the way you think, and you've put me in a category, so it doesn't matter what I say, I'm an evil person, you know, or it makes you feel good to say anything you want about me because you've put me in a category, you know. I don't have time for that, so be gone. My list of people that are hidden or blocked is very long, and my real life too. I've left them on the other side of the world and came here where I'm very happy, and I don't care about what they say or what they think. But I get a lot of things, and I don't want to drag this on too long, but I get a lot of people that have a lot of what ifs. I made a video I'll share with you in the description box of the what ifs, and I was riding my bicycle one day, and I had read a bunch of comments and before I left. And I just was thinking the whole way on my bike ride. It bothered me the whole way how people think about all this stupid crap, you know? So I made a little entertaining video. You can watch it if you want. But it's some personal thoughts in the matter too. But anyway, people worry about a lot of things that keep them from being happy in their life, and keep them repressed and keep them from going forward because they want to maintain this level of comfort outside of something that would make them uncomfortable. Yeah. Because people can't deal with the what ifs, you know. It's very difficult for them because they're living in a flat line where they have all these things that they want, and anything outside of that is ridiculous, you know. So basically what I'm trying to say is that, not that I don't care about my viewers, or I don't care that they don't become successful and they stay miserable. Can I change the world? No. Do I want to change the world? Not really. I really don't care. Things have been happening in the world way before I was even thought of, and they'll be happening again, you know. Everybody loves drama and loves to talk about the end of the world, and enjoy Thailand while you can, because they're gonna run off they don't want anybody to come in out. They're gonna close the door. They're gonna become like North Korea, right? Some of the crap that you guys may have seen in the comment section about people, what they say is just no friggin' common sense, period, you know? A lot of these like blog sites about Thailand, some of them talk about factual stuff, talk about stuff that's important, but if you read the comments, it's like Ghostbusters, you know? People get crazy stupid and get over-exaggerated with things that haven't even happened. And if it happens, oh no, I can't go on in life anymore, this has changed, you know? Especially with the visa rules. People talking about, I would never bring my money to Thailand for whatever reason, and some of it's legitimate. Some of them have money invested in their home country, and they don't want to lose their investment to have to bring it over to Thailand, because Thailand requires you to have money in account over here. But when you talk about things like this, first, it's simple. Really, we got to use common sense. So the only reason why you would need money in Thailand is if you do an extension of stay in Thailand. That's it. If you're here and you want to get an extension on your visa that you got from back home, then the requirements are going to be determined by the laws in Thailand. So if you don't want to lose your investments, then don't. Do like a lot of people do. Go back to your home country and reapply for a visa every year. a lot of people do that. They don't want to bring their money over here. Some of it's legit, most of it's not, from the stories that I've heard. And so they just go home every year and get their visa every year in their home country, which means they don't have to bring their money to Thailand, because nobody over here is looking at it here in the immigration department here. They're looking at back home in their own country where their money is. So it makes sense to them. But a lot of times it's because they don't have shit for money. They got a little tiny pension, and they're trying to live in Thailand because they want to live a better lifestyle, which I do too, I understand that. But they're afraid to lose their little tiny investment money that they have in their country to bring over here. So in my mind, it's okay, well, it costs a shitload of money to fly there. When I go back home, I spend a lot of money back home in the States when I visit. So deduct all that crap out of your whatever interest that you're making in your little pot of crap, and then see how much money you're actually losing by not just having the bare minimum $20-something thousand in an account over here, you know. Sometimes this stuff doesn't make sense what the people are telling me online emails and stuff like that, but it's simple. Life is really simple if you stop listening to the hysteria and the crap. Just figure out your own personal needs and what makes sense to you and do it. Klaus goes back to Sweden every year, gets his visa redone every year, brings a bunch of money, exchanges it, so on and so forth. I have another guy who does. I got a drink more. Thank you. I have a lot of people that just transfer money over here, you know, whether it's TransferWise, whatever the hell they want to use, but that's not free. You know, it still costs money. Instead of just sending a bunch of money at once or just a couple times a year and just live off of that money, they want to send money like all the time and live off of that. You know, again, that's their business why they want to do that. Why talk about an immigration system in a country? You know, every country has rules. I'm glad that this country has rules. You know, a lot of people say, well, Chuck, why don't you get your citizenship? You know, well, you can't really. Really, theoretically, you can. They give 100 citizenships a year to who, I don't know, but that's not very many. So basically, you've got to speak fluent Thai. You've got to understand Thai culture. You've got to be able to converse in a conversation with somebody about Thailand, politics, you know, a lot of things. And you have to be something of worthy to Thailand. Not just because you're married and have kids and you bought a condo and you spend money. That doesn't matter to them. Why should they make you a citizen in their country? But I get it why people are upset. I wish I could too, but could you imagine? We're this small when it comes to the people coming to Thailand. China and everybody else is like this. So if they're gonna allow us, could you imagine what this country would be like if there was millions of Burmese and Chinese and Laotian people just able to come here and do whatever the hell they want to do, right? We don't ever think outside of our own small little petty problems. As a country, Thailand has to protect its sovereignty and protect its people. Something that we really wish would happen in our own damn countries, because I hear people that are complaining about Thailand are the same people that are complaining about what's going on in their own damn country that brings them to Thailand in the first place. So I don't get the hypocrisy sometimes, but there's always another side of the story. So if you would listen or try to search for reasoning why this is happening other than your own little interest, then maybe you'd have an understanding instead of complaining about somebody's out to get you. Thailand's not out to get you. Thailand's out to get rid of the people that are worthless and putting a strain on the country, and it's not just the Falangs. Okay, we are a small portion of what's happening in this big picture. So don't listen to me. Do the research outside of the blog sites and figure it out yourself. Or do like I do. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Does it really matter? I don't care about the politics. I never had a problem. I really don't know anybody that I have actually met, spoken to, that has a problem with immigration. It's these Fruit Loops that live outside of the country that listen to bullshit on the internet. Those are the ones that have the problem, okay? Or it's the other drama queens on the internet digging for subscribers or viewers who like to make up stupid shit because Who wants to watch No Time to Be Sad? Who gives a crap if some guy's happy living in Thailand, enjoying his life? They want to see some misery, right? I would get 1 million views if I lost everything I had today and shared it on the damn internet, right? They'd be happy to see that crap. You know it, you know they would. Anyway, I don't care. I've never had a problem. My life is good. I'm not a weak-minded person to think that, okay, if it doesn't work out, then I'll move somewhere else. I'll make it happen. I'm at a point in my life where it's only about me, and I'm gonna do what makes me happy. And if I'm not happy in Thailand, then I'm gonna go somewhere else. And it's gonna happen for me because my life as a whole is nothing. It's very small, and it's gonna be over before I know it. And hopefully it's not over sooner than I think, you know? But every day is my day. Every day I'm gonna be happy. Every day I don't care about the miseries, about people's opinions on the damn news, on the damn internet. I really don't care. It's up to you. It's not up to anybody else. So you either make shit happen for yourself, or you worry about the what ifs and all the things that may never come, and all the things that may come are no damn big deal. We all are strong enough to move forward and be happy. So I want to tell you that what makes me happy and what I do care about is I care about my wife. I care about my health. I care about my country. I care about my kids. I care about people and genuinely care about people. I really do. I care about, I hate to see somebody that's in need and that I can give. I give it. I only do it for myself. It makes me happy. But I really, the 99% of the people that comment to me really are uplifting words that drive me to keep making these videos and to keep showing you guys that life is simple and life really happens every day and not just on the weekends or on vacation or in the future. Life is happening every day. So figure out what you need to do and do it. And the people that have actually come here and are living the dream, most of the time they stop watching the channel, but they come and they comment and they thank me. And it really is a good, warm feeling that I get when I see these comments. And it keeps me motivated to try to help people. So I enjoy doing it. It makes me happy to do that. So that's why I make the videos. That's why today I'm making the video. That's why tomorrow I'll make a video. And yeah, it keeps me happy, keeps me entertained. And I wish you guys would also try to figure out a way to simplify your life. Not move to Thailand, but whatever it's gonna take back home for you to really, really look deep inside and figure out a way to not worry about what everybody else is doing. Just worry about yourself, because before you know it, bam, you're gonna be gone, dead, no more in existence, no more thought. The people that are here behind you, it doesn't matter anymore. All that's gonna be left with them is the thoughts of you. Oh, he was a hard worker, he had a lot of shit, and he was a dickhead, you know, whatever you are, you know, or good thoughts, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. What matters is today, and that you're alive, and that you're breathing, and you have this gift that's given to you every breath that you take. And just don't waste it on materialistic, stupid crap that somebody else is gonna have to deal with when you're gone. So that's all I'm gonna talk about. That's all I've got to say about that. I care about the good people in my life. I don't care about the negative people. It doesn't affect me. When I see stupid shit on the comment section, it doesn't bother me at the least. I think to myself, well, sometimes I think, wow, this guy really has got some serious problems, you know? And if it's something that I feel like, oh, I don't want the rest of my viewers don't need to see this crap, then I'll delete it, you know? But anyway, life is great. Life is simple. I love Thailand. I love the simplicity of the people here and the way that they think. and I wake up every day not knowing what the hell I'm gonna do. And I just live life every minute and every day. This video was just made. I just sat at my computer and I just wanted to have a talk to you guys. And that's it. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thank you very much for the awesome comments and whatever makes you happy. Anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.